rugged, as overpowering as a stallion, as comfortable and as easy to handle as a saddle horse, as new in concept as the Mustang, Ford Division presents the Bronco. Like its stablemate, the Mustang, the Ford Bronco is a totally new concept in transportation. The first truly all-purpose four-wheel drive utility car ever built. Built to compete in the market now dominated by the Kaiser CJ5 Jeep and the International Harvester Scout. The Bronco is available in three models: a topless roadster, a sports utility, and a full-roof wagon. The open-type roadster is the basic unit and comes without roof or doors. A three-man bench-type front seat is standard. The windshield is designed to fold down flat, and optional doors are available with this model with or without window glass and frames. The sports utility model is equipped with doors, windows, and a front seat roof, a roof which incidentally can be easily removed. The wagon model is equipped with doors, windows, and a full-length roof. The upper body sides and rear liftgate have large fixed windows, and the tailgate is the same as for the roadster and the sports utility model. And a full-length vinyl convertible top is also available as a dealer-installed option for the open roadster model with or without doors. Rugged, brawny, the Bronco bristles with sure-footed, go-anywhere, do-anything, four-wheel drive stamina and traction. But the big difference between the Bronco and rigs like Jeep and Scout is that this one has been bred to bring a new brand of comfort and convenience to the utility car market. The Bronco, and only the Bronco among all utility cars, is as much at home on the highway as off, in town as well as in the country. It's a family car or fun car that can work like a horse. For all of its off-road ruggedness, it has a new and unique combination of wheelbase, tread, suspension, and power that give it the riding, handling, and performance qualities more characteristic of a car, plus a host of comfort and convenience features you would only expect to find in a more conventional car. Where many consider the standard Jeep too small for a smooth on-highway ride, where many consider the International too big and hard to handle, the Bronco has what it takes to handle both jobs better than either Scout or Jeep. One reason, as we said, is its ideal wheelbase. Where the Scout's 100-inch wheelbase is too long and vulnerable to hang-ups in off-road driving, and the standard Jeep's 81-inch wheelbase too short for smooth riding, the Bronco's wheelbase is an in-between just right 92 inches. Another factor that can help utility cars avoid hang-ups in the middle is its ramp breakover angle, which is determined by both its wheelbase and the location of its understructure components. The Bronco, with its ideal wheelbase and a superior understructure design, has a ramp breakover angle of 29.4 degrees, compared to a much lower 23.5 for the Scout with its too long wheelbase, and practically the same as the 30 degrees of the Jeep. For greater stability, more sure-footed tracking off the road, for a smoother, more stable ride on the highway, without the side sway common in other utility units, the Bronco has a wider wheel stance of 57.4 inches, over 3 inches wider than the Scouts, and almost a foot wider than the standard Jeeps. And yet, even with its wider, more stable tread, the Bronco has a smaller, more maneuverable turning diameter of 33.6 feet, shorter than either of its two major competitors. Almost 10 feet shorter than the Scouts, and even shorter than the much smaller Jeeps. The Bronco's advantage in maneuverability will be especially appreciated when it's used for quick errands on city streets, where frequent U-turns and parking problems occur, and also in competitive driving events. To handle more gear and the off-road beating that most utility cars take, the Bronco's front and rear axles have an average combined capacity of 2,640 pounds compared to only 2,150 pounds for a Scout and $2,250 for the standard Jeep. Available as an option on Bronco is a heavy-duty package that includes a heavy-duty rear axle, heavy-duty rear springs, and special heavy-duty tires. Because of the punishment most utility cars take, because many owners admittedly take great delight in having some fun with their units, going out of their way to see what they can do, because the real buffs join special 4x4 clubs and enter their equipment in competition events that would shock a mountain goat, the Bronco's many advantages in maneuverability and durability are important ones to utility car owners. Power is important too, for both off and on highway driving. Here again, the Bronco, with a proven 170 cubic inch 6, developing 105 horsepower and a top speed of over 78 miles per hour, showed its heels in preliminary tests to both the Scout's 152-inch four-cylinder standard engine with 93 horses and top speed of 67 miles per hour, and the Jeep's 134-inch 4 with 75 horsepower and 64.5 miles per hour top speed. Even with this hotter performance, preliminary tests showed Bronco offered about 11% better fuel economy than either the Jeep or Scout four-cylinder engines. In addition to a more powerful economical engine as another powertrain advantage, the Bronco offers a proven 3-speed transmission fully synchronized in all gears for easy up or down shifting without gear clash. Scout and Jeep transmissions are synchronized in second and third gears only. A new through-drive Type 2 speed transfer case on the Bronco permits power to flow direct from the engine to the rear axle when in two-wheel drive without engaging gears in the transfer case that's necessary in the offset type drive used by competition. For two-wheel on highway driving, especially this new straight-through drive feature not offered by Jeep, means greater efficiency, longer gear life, and quieter operation. When in four-wheel drive on Bronco, power flows smoothly from the two-speed transfer case to the front axle as well as the rear. This straight-through drive feature, coupled with optional free-running hubs for more efficient two-wheel drive, give the Bronco a unique combination of smooth ride, power, and speed unmatched by other utility cars. Usable space is another feature that counts big with utility car owners. Bronco not only has a wider, deeper body with flat wheel housings for more usable floor space, but also has over twice as much cargo area as the standard Jeep and practically the same cargo area as the bulkier Scout. The Bronco's one-hand tailgate latch is much easier to open and close than the fixed hooks and chains of Jeep. The Bronco's wider tailgate opening measures an extra wide 56 inches, 15 inches wider than Scout's, 20 inches wider than Jeep's. Power takeoff units can be used on Bronco to operate front or rear-mounted special equipment such as power winches, snowplow blades, rotary brooms, post-hole diggers, and the other tools and implements used by utility car owners. And now, more about those comfort and convenience features that give the Bronco more passenger appeal than any other utility car can lay claim to. For a starter, the standard Bronco seat is the same comfortable type used on other Ford passenger cars, much more comfortable than the seat standard on Scout and Jeep. Much wider too, with room to seat 3 in comfort. And Bronco has even more cab features. The seat is adjustable fore and aft. Floor mats are standard. And like other Ford cars and trucks in 1966, safety equipment is standard, including front seat belts, windshield washers, padded dash, ICC emergency flasher, outside left-hand rear view mirror, non-glare windshield wiper arms and blades. Bronco brake and clutch pedals are more convenient and easier to reach than the off-center pedals on Jeep and Scout. And Bronco has a convenient foot-operated brake pedal, while Jeep and Scout use the old-type handbrake. Both the standard Jeep and Scout have the main transmission gear shift lever and the two-speed transfer case controls on the floor, where they eat up leg and foot room and tend to confuse and scare women drivers. The Bronco has only a single floor-mounted transfer case control, plus a low flat drivetrain tunnel that provides extra footroom and a more comfortable ride for the center passenger. The gear shift lever for the Bronco's fully synchronized transmission is on the steering column, as it is in most cars, easier to reach and up out of the way. The Bronco's instrument panel is much more attractively styled than the plain Jane appearance of the Jeep or Scout. Plus, Bronco has a deep dish safety steering wheel. And to meet the request of four-wheel drive enthusiasts, Bronco has oil and temperature gauges that give more accurate readings than the warning lights used on Jeep. Bronco Sports Utility and Bronco Wagon models come with the fresh air heater and defrosters as regular equipment. Heater and defrosters on Roadster models, optional. And for a much smoother ride than either Jeep or Scout can deliver with their truck-style leaf-type front springs, the Bronco introduces another Ford breakthrough. A new monobeam front-end suspension that gives good riding comfort and control without sacrificing ruggedness and maneuverability. With this new design, the front driving axle is connected to the frame by husky forged steel radius rods with heavy rubber bushings. Individual front coil springs and shock absorbers soak up bumps and lurches with a heavy 1-inch track bar that provides lateral stability and axle alignment. Sporty, crisp, sharp. The Bronco's styling is beautifully zeroed in on the tastes and needs of utility car owners. In addition to a custom equipment package that includes chrome bumpers, bright metal taillight bezels, and several other trim, comfort, convenience items, the Bronco is available with a complete selection of factory-installed options, including front bucket seats, a rear bench seat, and such other passenger car touches as a radio and rear seat belts. A comparison of warranties shows that, as with other Ford passenger cars, the Bronco is warranted for 2 years or 24,000 miles, the Scout for only 1 year or 12,000 miles, the Jeep 90 days or 4,000 miles. Because the Bronco has a blend of appeals not offered by either Scout or Jeep, because the Bronco is arriving at a time when the recreation vehicle market is literally exploding, it offers plus sales opportunities similar to the introduction of the Mustang. The Bronco will gain part of its sales from current Jeep and Scout owners, but the real gain will come from new owners who will be attracted to the market by the Bronco's new features and appeals. Sportsmen and campers will like the Bronco because it can take them away from the crowds. It'll be a natural for farm and ranch owners. In the city, you'll find it being used for personal transportation and service by gas stations, airports, pizza parlors, and pharmacies. For all of these uses and thousands of others, this one can do the job like no other vehicle before. It's a family car, a fun car, a doubly useful car, all at the same time. Rugged, versatile, powerful, practical, and sporty. Bronco by Ford.